hope everybody's doing okay. Welcome to the stream and a happy Christmas. I hope you've had a great day yesterday. It's obviously Boxing Day today. The party is slightly over, but I'm sure a few of you have had a bit of a get together on Boxing Day, a bit like what I have. And I've only just had a chance to sit down and basically have a bit of a flight. So this is a bit of an impromptu flight, A to B flight from Dublin to Heathrow. No live ATC tonight, but you know, it's going to be hopefully a nice flight, and we'll see how we get on. How's everybody's Christmas been anyway? Hi Oliver over on Twitch, how you doing? Your mum, I think. Yeah, hi on Twitch. Hi, what is your name? It's Dan. Yeah, so for those that are viewing on TikTok, hi to everyone over there, and hi to everybody that's on YouTube as well. So thanks for the follows, thanks for the shares. Yeah, hi Shane, how you doing? So yeah, let's get going anyway. So we'll obviously get set up. It's obviously a cold start as well. So there's 151 virtual passengers on board this flight. So we're going to Heathrow from Dublin, Aer Lingus flight, Shamrock 143 is the call sign. Hi Jerry, how you doing? Tyron. Hi Ice Dragon over on YouTube, how you doing? Yeah, let's just trying to get my window so I can see everybody. 2 seconds. Yeah, I think we're nearly there. There we go. Let's bring that window across there so you can see that. There we go. Yeah, so we'll get started. Hi, I'm from the UK. Hi. Are you a noodle lover? Do you know, if I'm hungry, then yes. If I'm not, then it's not my first choice. Hi, Pilot Northern Ireland. How you doing, James? Hope you've had a great Christmas. Hi, Dan. I'm Andrea from Derbyshire. How you doing? So, what are we looking at? So, this is a Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and a few of you are joining over on the TikTok. A few of you are joining over on. On Twitch and YouTube. So game name Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 is the game name. So let's get going. So we'll get in the cockpit, and let's just turn a few things on. So before we start, we obviously need to check a few things. So parking brake is on. Everything's looking good here. So flaps are retracted. Speed brakes retracted. Engine start switches are off. They weren't off though, so that's a good sign. Okay, let's turn the aircraft on. So let's call a few things. Let's get the iPad on, or the FlyPad as we call it. How cool is this? Okay, so let's call the external power, because we do need the external power truck, and we'll get the baggage, the passenger, and the fuel, because we need all of those, and catering. After all, we do need, obviously. There we go. That's our external power, and then once we've got that, we can get hooked up to that straight away. How cool is that? Hi Ice Dragon, and if you want, I can. Okay, hold on. Let's get the chat there. And if you want me to, I can make you one. Oh, I don't think I caught the first bit of that, so I'm guessing you meant a cup of tea. Hi Ellie Dunn, how you doing? Hi from Brighton over on YouTube. Thanks for the follows, thanks for the shares. So yeah, so we've got the external power. And what we need to do is start the flight as well. So there we go. and we'll start that now. Okay, so yeah, let's get powered up. Okay, so the brake pressure, which Jerry was shaking his head because I was supposed to check that before I powered up. It's all good. So we've got the cargo doors and the cabin doors open, and let's go down the flow. So we'll turn the lights on for us, so we see what we're doing. There we go. APU master switch on. Before we turn that on, we'll test the fire. Okay, and going through our flows. Okay, wipers off. Crew oxygen on. Get ADIRs on. Go through the tests. Pumps on. Have I missed something? Okay, so I know we've got that on. Seatbelt signs on. Brightness up on that. On. Are the facilities accessible for wheelchair users on board? Well, I do know that they do have the lifts, like the cargo trucks for... Hi Rockstar Energy over on Twitch, how you doing? Thanks for joining the Twitch stream. They do have accessible ramps for wheelchair access. Okay, so that means it's obviously, yeah. Okay, it's available. So APU bleed on. And we'll start boarding the passengers, shall we? So let's the data link. Just get our flights and request that. So we're going from Dublin to Edinburgh. Dublin to Heathrow. Okay, we've got that, and we'll get our weight and balance as well. So we should have 151 passengers, and we'll start boarding those now. While that's doing that, we'll go to int. Thanks for the follows, thanks for the shares. Ellie says, "How do you remember all those buttons?" Well, I'm still learning. Real Pilot Sim, nice flow. Well, I'm trying. Thanks for whoever's just subscribed on YouTube. Thanks so much. Like I say, hi to those that are watching on Twitch as well and on TikTok. Thanks so much. Okay, so starting from direct, and then flight plan. We'll set the departure. So departure runway is 28 left. It's 28 left. Let's check the. Just double check that. We're loading from SimBrief. Thanks for the follows, thanks for the shares over on TikTok, and thanks for the subscriptions on YouTube and follows on Twitch as well. I do appreciate it. Okay, let's just check that. Okay, so yeah, runway 28 left and using the Dexan 1 Alpha departure. So we'll have a look at that. Dexan 1 at Alpha departure. Okay, so that's in. We'll check that once the ADIRS is have kicked in. Radio nav next. Okay, so what VORs are we going to need for the departure? So if we have a look at the maps, and I'm going to have to sync this. Should have our flight in, there we go. So have a look at it. Oh, thanks for the subscription, whoever that was. There we go. Thanks for the follows, thanks for the shares on TikTok and Twitch as well. I do appreciate it. That young British dairy farmer was the subscription. Thanks so much. Thanks for Pokar for subscribing on YouTube as well. Appreciate it. Okay, so Dexan 1 Alpha. Over here. Question is what do I tune to? So we've got a radial here, 114.9. Assume that's the one. Oh, hurry up and do a pushback already. Dabbit2010 says, I'm sorry. I'm not very fast, am I? But anyway, we're still boarding. We're still boarding, so I have a bit of room. I think that's correct. Dylan Abbott, hurry up and do a pushback, please. Get fuel going. Ah, damn. Yes, I need to get the fuel going, otherwise we're going to be delayed. Okay, so fuel needed is 6.8 tons. So we'll go and get the fuel loaded into the truck, into the aircraft. Sorry. So we'll put 7 tons in. Okay, so while that's refueling, so we've got 3.7 tons in there at the moment. How's our passengers going? Call the card. Do you have a Discord server? No, I don't. Ice Dragon Live. The music is bad on Twitch. Oh yeah, sorry. It's the boarding music of the aircraft. I do apologise. Maybe I should not have boarding music. It's pretty irritating, isn't it? Okay. Prague. See if there's anything in there. Okay, flight level 330. That's correct. Perf. Okay, so I don't think we can do this until we've got the weight and balance. So we'll just go that again. Second flight plan, we haven't got one. Okay, so let's just see how the passengers are boarding. I'll also print off the weather while we're there. Let's have a look at the weight and balance. Okay, so we've got 86 passengers boarded so far.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I would love to welcome you aboard our flight. When you find your seat, please be sure to place your larger carry-on items in the overhead bins and smaller items underneath.
At least it's not Jet 2 music, that's annoying.
In the front row, please place all of your items in the overhead bins.
Oh dear.
If you have any trouble finding a location for your carry-on items, please let a flight attendant know and we would be happy to assist you.
Ice Drag Live, I tell a lie, I do have a Discord server, but I don't use it.
Please double check that all your items are put away so that the aisle is clear and other passengers can make their way to their seats.
I'm sat in the back eating Chris waiting for the plane to move, Dylan has said on YouTube. Oh, funny. It's actually Aer Lingus, but I do apologise.
You are free to use your portable electronic devices.
We can't because we haven't got the fuel.
We ask that larger electronic devices are stowed once we depart from the gate.
And the passengers, we've got 97 passengers on board, so we can't carry on until that's done. Okay, so let's just get this checklist ready. Well, why not use it? I'm just worried about using a Discord server and being able to mod it, because I you know, sort of having the time to mod something like that. But if there's enough demand for me making the Discord server live, then I will do it if there's enough demand for it. So I just want to make sure the checklists are in order. Okay, pre-start, that's the one. Okay, let's just see how the weight and balance is doing. Have we got? Okay, so we've got a few passengers left aboard. How's the fuel doing? Okay, so we're nearly fueled up. We're 6.7 tons at the moment. So we've got 7 tons going in. What add-on are you using? So this is fly-by-wire for the actual aircraft, and the add-on for the passenger sounds and the boarding and the annoying boarding music that some of you don't particularly like, but some of you might like. That's actually something called PAX. So it's a pretty cool add-on. Let's just get the lights in place. Otherwise, once the lights go out, we won't be able to see what we're doing. There we go. Yeah, it's on PC. Thanks to everyone that's followed over on the TikTok and subscribed over over on YouTube and Twitch. I do appreciate it. Gamer Girl, is this on VR? Is this VR or just PC? So this is PC. You can have VR, but this is something called Track IR. So very similar to how VR works. Very similar to how Track IR works, but it's using head tracking and using the monitors. Okay, so we're nearly boarded. We're 138 passengers on board now. 151 is the total passengers. So as soon as we can do that, we can do our pre-startup checks and push back, ready for runway 28. Are they serving alcohol on the short flight? I believe they are actually going around the cabin on this short flight to Heathrow. It's crazy. Does anybody want to have a look at the outside while we're waiting? So this, oops. This is what the aircraft looks like on the outside. So we've got our pushback truck, we've got the power unit, external power unit truck. Oh, looks like we've got an A380 next door, which is pretty cool. Aer Lingus, the active runway is 16 today though. Oh really? How strange. SimBrief has generated 28 for me. So the ATC haven't put pressure on myself tonight, because it's a bit of an impromptu live tonight, so I didn't want to put too much pressure on myself to have live ATC. I'm still trying to get used to the Airbus. Okay, so let's get back in the aircraft, and hopefully the passengers. Okay, passengers have boarded, so let's go and do our weight and balance, and we can print off the METAR as well. So go to our messages received, cover METAR, and we'll print that. So we'll have a look at that coming out there. How cool is that? The little printer. We can see the METAR. Okay, so 11004 knots. I can see that. I can see why the active is 15 then. We could actually take 15, but then again it will muck up our. Okay, I'll just stick with what's planned in. But I can understand why. So it's only a small wind anyway, 04 knots. Okay, so we'll go back to our performance weights because that's what we had to fill in. And let's go and have a look at our weight and balance. So we've got a centre of gravity of 24.8. So we'll find that over on this wheel here. Oh, no, hold on, 2 seconds. Okay, I might need to move over like this. There we go. Oops. Oh my word, it's tripping me out. This is okay. There we go. Okay, so 24. There, which leaves us with around 0.2 there. So we'll put that in the flight computer. So we'll have flaps 1 and 0.2 up, and we'll do the V1, VR, and V2 transition altitude. Okay, so let's go in there. Let's go and do the pre-startup checklist. ATIS and set altitude 9,000. Okay, thank you, Jerry. So yeah, we'll get the so QNH 994. Okay, so we're ready to do our pre-startup checks and do pushback. So we'll request the pushback, and we'll do that now. I want to make sure that we finished. Okay, so we can request the truck anyway. So we're still actually boarding at the moment. So we'll call the tug. There's the tug truck. So pre-startup check, APU on, APU start on, MCDU weights have been done, inserted, takeoff performance has been done, V-speeds have been done, APU bleed on, seatbelt signs are on, external power off, and air conditioning as required, so the packs are on at the moment. Okay, pre-startup checklist complete. Pushback and startup, windows and doors closed. So if we have a look at the doors, there's the cabins. Door, there we go. Okay, so all the doors are closed. Cockpit door locked and closed, so we can do that. Locking the door there. Fuel pumps on, beacon on. Steering pin inserted, transponder auto. TCAS standby. Okay, clock. Where's the clock in this thing? There we go.
We're on your time now.
Okay, so we'll carry on with the pushback.
Cockpit to ground.
This is ground. Stand by.
Good evening, ladies
Okay,
and
sir.
gentlemen,
The
and
bypass
welcome
pin
aboard
is
Flight
installed. All doors and
143
hatches closed
with
and all
service
ground
to
equipment is
London
removed.
Heathrow. Our flight time will be
The
roughly
parking brakes are
48
set. You may
minutes.
lift.
Now that the cabin door is
Parking
closed,
brakes
please
set.
make sure that all
Lifting the
devices
aircraft.
are in airplane mode and your large devices are now shut down and stowed. Please fasten your seatbelt and make sure that
Okay,
all
lifting
tray
the aircraft.
tables and seat backs are in the full
Standing
upright
by
and
for
locking position
pushback.
for departure. Cabin crew, prepare doors for departure, cross-check, verify straps,
Cockpit
and
to
stand by
ground.
for all calls.
Go ahead.
We are cleared for start and push. Parking brakes set.
Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
Okay, release parking brake.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
Thanks, Jerry. I
You will
appreciate
start
that
in
over
the
on
sequence.
YouTube. Okay, so we're having a pushback now, and we can engine ignition starting engine number 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the front of the aircraft for a safety demonstration. When the seatbelt light is on, please make sure that your seatbelt is fastened low and tight across your lap. To fasten, insert the metal fittings into one another. Tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap. To release your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the buckle. In the event that the seatbelt light is not on, we suggest that you keep your seatbelt fastened in case of unexpected turbulence. There are several emergency exits on this aircraft. Please take a few moments now to locate your nearest exit. In some cases,
Yeah, real
your
world
nearest exit
pilot
may be behind you.
A320 is
If you need to
commercial
evacuate
pilot,
the
yeah.
aircraft, floor
I'm
level
not.
lighting will guide you towards the exit. In the event of a loss of cabin pressure, an oxygen mask will drop in front of you. Start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you, and place it firmly over your nose and mouth. Secure the elastic band behind your head and tighten the straps if necessary. And don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate. Oxygen is
Hello,
flowing
WT
through the
Clips,
mask,
how you doing?
and you can breathe normally. If you're traveling with children, now's the time to pick your favorite one, but secure your mask and then assist others.
Okay,
Keep your
starting
mask
engine
on
number 2.
until a member of the crew advises you it's safe to remove it. In the unlikely event of a water landing, a life vest is located in a pouch under your seat or between the armrests. When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and remove the vest. Flip it over your head. Wrap the straps around your waist and buckle at the front. Pull the strap to tighten. To inflate the vest, pull firmly on the red cord only when exiting the aircraft. If it doesn't inflate automatically, you may blow into the mouthpiece for manual inflation. This vest is equipped with a whistle and a light. If you need to, your seat cushion can be used as a secondary flotation device. Please make sure to exit the aircraft as soon as possible and leave your belongings. Please securely stow your personal items. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened and seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright positions. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors located in the lavatories is prohibited by law. All of this information and more can be found in the safety card located in the seat back in front of you. We suggest reading this and let us know if you have any questions. Thank you for flying with us, and we hope you enjoy your flight.
Okay,
Okay, pushback completed. Please set your parking brake.
parking brake on.
Parking brake set.
Parking brake set. Lowering aircraft.
Okay, so pushback complete. Before
Ground.
taxi,
Startup
auto
is complete.
brakes.
You may disconnect.
Auto brakes max.
Roger. Good engine start. Clear to disconnect. See you at the side. Have a good flight.
Spoilers armed.
Holding position waiting for the visual. Thank you and goodbye.
Flaps to take off. So our flaps are set to 1. Engine anti-ice as required. Flight controls checked. Okay, pitch trim sets, which we've done, and rudder trim set to neutral. Okay, ready to taxi. So runway 28, so we'll just get the runway up actually. So taxi. Where are we? Where is it? Airport. Here we go. Okay, so we're taking off runway 28, which is this one, left. So we've got a taxi via Foxtrot all the way down to the end. So we're going straight ahead, taking a left, and all the way down to the bottom. We can taxi via the runway 16 if we need to, but we'll take the taxiway. Okay, let's go and do that. Park and brake off. This is turning into pro level dance stuff. Oh, I don't know yet, Jerry. Thanks for the follows and shares over on the TikTok side. I do appreciate it.
Will be dimmed for departure and landing. If you require additional lighting, there is a reading light on the panel above you.
I know what I have forgot. I forgot to turn our taxi lights on actually. So it would help. There we go. Okay, so taking a left here if you remember. Foxtrot all the way down to runway 28. So this is Dublin for those that are just joining. This is Dublin and we're on the way to Heathrow with a little bit of luck. So we're going to taxi over to runway 28 left. So I'm using the fly-by-wire checklist for the Airbus A320. Still trying to get used to the flows, which will help. Auto brake, yeah. So I've got the auto brake on max at the moment. Only because the checklist told me. Thanks for the follows, thanks for the shares. There's 400 people watching over on TikTok. There's about five of you watching over on Twitch, and I'm not too sure how many's watching over on the YouTube, but I do appreciate it. So we're just taxiing to runway 28 left at the moment via Foxtrot, and I think we're nearly there. Okay, so runway 28 left. There we go. So we'll hold at the holding points, and we'll do our before takeoff checklist. So yeah, takeoff config. We'll turn that on just to make sure. Predicted weather should off. Okay, so that's we need to put that on. Auto. There we go. That's pretty useful. Okay, before takeoff, cabin crew notified. So we'll give them 2 dings.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
Exterior lights all. So put those all on. Take off. All lights. Straight auto. And yeah, and packs as required. TCAS. So we'll go through the TCAS. Put that on. Weather radar, we've already put that on. Predictive weather shield on. Weather mode as required, and takeoff memo. There's no blue. Okay, clear for takeoff. Oh, 20 watching over, Kevin says on YouTube. Oh, fantastic. Shout out to everybody over on the YouTube as well. I do appreciate it. Can you see the comments on here? I can see the comments. Prexity, I think. Sorry about that. I'm trying to fly and all the rest of it. Okay, we're taking off. And actually, I'm just looking, and I'm not too sure. Just look at the flight plan. Okay, with 28. I just want to check through this again. Departure 28 and Dexon 1 Alpha. Okay, strange because it's going the opposite direction. Maybe Joe will be able to help on that. Got a flight plan discontinuity over on there as well. Get that out. Okay, maybe you can help on that, but we're going to take off, and you can work that one out once we're at that. Okay, taking off. K40, 60 airspeeds alive. Knots. Continue. B1. Rotate. Push the brake, gear up. It's fly-by-wire. I follow you on Twitch, YouTube and TikTok. You inspire me to go live on Microsoft Flight Simulator. You should definitely do that. I use a side stick, Airbus side stick. Okay, put the to climb. And we'll put the autopilot on. Hopefully, you get to follow the departure okay. Just want to make sure that the rest of the path is okay. What a view. What a view, eh? Beautiful. So after takeoff checklist, gear retract, flaps retracted, spoilers disarm, thrust climb, autopilot as required, nose wheel lights off, runway turn off, lights off. Okay, after takeoff, checklist complete. Wow, the views over Dublin at this time of night is fantastic. Look at that. Absolutely amazing. Okay, so we're climbing to flight level 090 at the moment. Got quite a bit of traffic this evening coming into Dublin. Quite a lot of traffic indeed. Pick a point, go ahead and go direct, and that will sort the flight plan in the box. Yeah, it seems like it's navigating on its own accord. It just looks a bit weird with the SID. Again, you might be able to help with that on another session. Okay, we're at 9,000 now. So what we need to do is just determine when we can actually go to above that. So we're here. Okay, so max is 250, so we're at 250 knots at the moment, below flight level 100, so below 10,000 feet, and then obviously once we get past this marker Dexon, we can go and climb to our to flight level 120 after that, at least. And hopefully the box will tell us the same sort of story. Yeah, there we go. So Dexon flight level 120 there. Look, so that's what we're climbing up to after this. So we'll keep it at 9,000 until that marker, and we'll activate that for one. How did So where is? Okay, yeah. So we'll need this one. Thanks, Jerry. I missed that. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for the shares over on TikTok. I hope you've had a great Christmas. And this was a bit of an impromptu live. We've had some family round this evening, so wasn't planning on doing a live tonight, but so how long is this flight going to be, Previx T? I think I'm gonna call you Prev over on Twitch. So the flight actually, I think there's a flight time over on here. So the estimated. Okay, so 23:40. So we've got about 50 minutes, 50 minutes, something like that, 4 minutes, 45 minutes. Safe trip, pilots. Thanks ever so much for those that are watching this on TikTok. So standard, we need to put standard on the. Oh no, it's that. There we go, standard. We're nearly at Dexter now. We've got to 10,000 feet. And then after that we'll climb to our flight level 120, I think is. Yeah, 120. And then flight level 330 after that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now passed 10,000 feet. We may turn on larger portable electronic devices. This is also a reminder to please keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the duration of the flight and do not form a line near the level.
Okay, so climb, barrow, anti-ice as required, weather radar as required, above 10,000 feet, so landing lights off. And we're past Dexter now, so we can give it to manage mode. If it'll allow me to. There we go, manage mode. So that should. Any of that. Okay. That's what. I'll tell you what, we'll go to. We're in managed mode now. Thanks for the follows, thanks for the shares over on TikTok, do appreciate it. We could do with checking our fuel at this point, so we're just going to zoom in a little bit. So Longvo, when we get to Longvo we'll check our fuel quantities, make sure we're doing okay on that front. Look over on our iPad. So Longvo, minimum fuel required is 4 tons. So as we're approaching that, we've actually got 6 tons available. So we've got more than enough. So it seems that we've got around 2 tons extra. So next waypoint we've got to keep that into account. Yeah, just obviously we can use that as a reference point at the next point and see whether we're burning more fuel as we go. Painted Lady, thanks. Yeah, I had a great Christmas, thank you. I hope you had a good Christmas too. Okay, I can climb to flight level 330 now. So we climb to our cruise altitude, flight level 330, 33,000 feet. And it's going to be interesting. I've never done an A to B flight from Dublin to Heathrow before, so this is the first for me. It was nice, chilled out, all good all round, fantastic. It's interesting. I don't know. Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll turn the seatbelt signs off. I bet everybody's desperate for the toilet.
The flight crew has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. You can now get up and move around the cabin. However, we ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened when you in the case of unexpected turbulence.
Thank you, Jerry. I appreciate that, mate. I hope the streams are going okay, because I'm streaming off obviously 3 different platforms: YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. So hopefully it's coming across okay. It's Hakim 7 Block. It's something called Track IR5. Thanks for the follows, thanks for the shares, do appreciate it, and thanks for the subscriptions over on YouTube and over on Twitch as well. Obviously not as big a party over on those platforms, but you have all free streams open. That's mad. I know your connection can handle it as well, though, Jerry. So why couldn't you go to flight level 330 straight from the start? So actually, if I show you the departure, the plate for that departure, you will see that there's a restriction. It says here, so max 250 knots below flight level 100, so that's below 10,000 feet within that arc. I believe that's the case. And then once you reach Dexon, you can go up to flight level 120. But you could possibly be cleared earlier than that. But that's the standard departure. Am I a real pilot? So interesting question, Emily. So I am a real pilot, but I'm a private pilot, so I'm not a commercial pilot. I don't usually fly Airbus A320s. I fly the smaller stuff. So yeah, I just, I've been really interested in learning, how the Airbus operates and learn how to fly the Airbus, so that if I'm ever on a flight, then and things do go wrong with the 2 pilots up front, then at least I can take over and get us back down safe. I'm only kidding, but I do enjoy learning. I enjoy that sort of learning process, and obviously getting to know the aircraft. So this is the next challenge. Was Santa good to you and your family, Dan? Thanks, Kim. Yeah, it was. I mean, everyone's had a really nice time. So. So at Dexon there is a blue line under the number flight level on the charts. It means you must be at or above that level. Oh, okay. Okay, so what Jerry was saying was this blue line here is that you must be at flight level 120 when you get to that point. So at least 3,000 when you get to this point, and flight level 120 once you get to that point. So there we go. Interesting. Yeah, and how was your Christmas, Kim? Was it a good one?
Ladies and gentlemen, from
from the flight deck, this is your first officer speaking. We'll be reaching our cruising altitude soon. Everything's looking good up here in the cockpit. Please let your cabin crew know if there's anything that we can do to make this flight a little better for you.
Okay, so when we, I will fly this. I'll fly this morning. Oh wow! Have you played the Goat Simulator? I've heard about the Goat Simulator, Emily, but I haven't played it. Why you have a lot of buttons? So they all do a certain job. There's a lot more buttons than the PA28 I usually fly, but they all do a job. Some of them turn. First officer, he took my job. Yeah, so we've got some cool things coming up. Hopefully, I'll be doing some shared cockpit flights with a real Airbus captain. We're just trialing out the technology over the next sort of few days, and hopefully we can get it live and try and do some multi-crew operations in the Airbus, which are pretty cool. I ordered my new PC. Oh wow, I've been talking about it for months. Well, Steamy, I'm sure it'll be great when it arrives, especially for the streaming. Good evening. Hope you've had a great Christmas. I have. Thank you very much. So yeah, you use the controls in the shared cockpit, but you decide who has control, and you can pass that off at certain things. But the first officer can, maybe turn on the lights, or the captain might turn on the lights, or flap operations, etc. While you do that. But both pilots can operate the MCDU. I played this once, took off eventually, and just flew forever. But that's not a bad thing. At least you didn't crash, Emily. Hi Philster, how you doing? Yeah, I'm good. I hope you had a great Christmas. But too much food. I don't want to see any food for a while. I say that, but by the time tomorrow comes, then I'm sure I'll be hungry again. How do you remember to use every button you control? Well, there's things like checklists, and again, I'm still sort of, I'm a private pilot, not a commercial pilot, so I'm still learning as well. But there's checklists to make sure that, in the commercial world and in the private world, there's checklists to make sure you don't forget certain steps. And really important items are mentioned twice, or 3 times along in those checks. Have you done Birmingham to Abu Dhabi yet? No. It's such a long flight, really, that... my fault. I've knocked it out of climb. It's such a long flight. It's just difficult to do on a flight. Do you have a Discord server? A few of you have asked for a Discord server, and I have got one. And I'm pretty sure it's under FlyUK. But I haven't advertised it. I'm not too sure whether there was a demand for it. So I didn't really sort of set sort of make it public. But if there's enough demand, I might sort of put it in my links section on my bio on TikTok. Great speed recovery. Well, I think I've been there that many times, Jerry, that it sort of gives me shudders, and I think that I think it's in my memory now. It's in muscle memory what to do to get that under control. I don't know how I knocked that though. I don't know how it got out the climb. I don't know how it come out. Are you on autopilot? I am on autopilot actually. So it gives me a bit of time to chat. So we'll have a look at AMPIT, how the fuel situation. So remember when we last checked, there was around 2 tons extra on our fuel consumption so far. So we're at 5.6 tons in the aircraft at the moment. So what we'll do, we'll have a look at the paperwork and we'll have a look at AMPIT. So we'll see here, we've got 3.5 tons as expected. So when we get to AMPIT, sounds like armpit, doesn't it? We should have around 2 tons extra. So if you remember 3.5, and we're approaching now, and we're at 5.6, so that's around 2 tons extra. I think we're actually burning a little bit more each time, only slightly, because it was slightly over 2 tons on the last check, but you know, we're spot on. We've got the minimum required fuel plus 2 tons, so it can get us out of any emergencies. Now what we need to do, obviously, we need to set up our approach. So we need to make sure that our approach is good. Thanks for the follows, thanks for the shares over on TikTok, thanks for the subscriptions over on the other channels as well. I do appreciate it. There's only 3 viewers over on Twitch. I'm not too sure how many are watching over on the YouTube side. I think around 13 or 14 people over on the YouTube side. So yeah, we'll start setting up our approach, and actually I think we might have missed the boat here a little bit, but we'll see. Okay, so flight plan, Heathrow, arrival, and if we have a look at our flight plan, just make sure, see what our arrival was. So 27 right is our arrival. 27 right. ILS 27 right. And what's our star? Nugra 1 hotel. Nugra 1 hotel. Hotel. Okay, so distance to run, let's have a look at our flight plan. Distance to run 151. So 369. So we really should be descending around 100 nautical miles away, but let's call it 110. So when we hit 110 nautical miles away from Heathrow, we will start our descent. Oh really? It's one of the Aer Lingus A320 reg. Wow. Which this Twitch channel is this one. So if you do want to look at there, I mean I've got on YouTube as well. So feel free to watch over on the YouTube as well. But that's the Twitch channel. And for those that are new to FlyUK, then welcome on board. I appreciate it. Thanks for obviously everyone that's followed and shared, and the subscriptions as well over on Twitch and on YouTube. I do appreciate it. Okay, so cruise, navigate, seatbelt signs as required. So we're okay at the moment. Our descent. So we've done the MCDU landing performance. Okay, so yeah, we need to go to the performance. TCAS BLW, so yeah, we're not ready yet for that because we're not started our descent, but we've got to keep an eye on it. So distance to run is 135 nautical miles. So remember that we're going to start our descent at 110 nautical miles. But what we can do is we can save ourselves some save ourselves some hassle and put in our METAR. So QNH is 999er. Actually, we can't do that yet because we're going to mess around with our altitude, etc. Have you ever had to do an emergency landing? So the closest the closest thing in the small aircraft actually is I've had a burst tyre a couple of times. Well, burst tyre one of them, the other one was a flat tyre after I've got up in the air, but it was a faulty inner tube batch of tyres. I finally started to nail my VOR landings. Oh, fantastic steaming. See Whittle over on Twitch. Does it take long to install, as mine has been installing since 3 o'clock British time for 5.3% on? Yeah, I'm not too sure on the Xbox, but on the PC side it does take a long time to install because it's such a big package. The Microsoft Flight Simulator is such a big package, so do expect a long install time and actually long loading times on the initial screens as well. That's what I found. So keeping an eye on that. Thank you, Mick, for the gift. Can take a while to load overnight for me. Yeah, so same as what I found when I first downloaded the package. Okay, so yeah, 116 to run. We might as well start our descent. So we'll descend down to flight level. We'll start our approach. No, sorry, is it approach? Descent? Okay, so our descent, TCAS BLW. Approach briefing completed, nav aids reviewed, anti-ice as required, seatbelt signs as required.
Gentlemen, the seatbelt sign is now turned on, so it's time to return to your seat and fasten your seatbelt.
How are those Airfix kits coming along? Yeah, they're still not there. Okay, so let's just enter this destination data. So 90909. Temperature is 7 degrees over in Heathrow. 7 degrees. Wind. 220. 5 knots. We'll have a look at the approach plate as well. So 27 right. Yeah, so let's come off this. Chart list. Approach. 27 left or 271. Okay, so decision height for Cat 1 550. 'Jerry, if Jerry, if you're in the chat, not too sure whether I should be putting the localizer or the VOR in. If you're around. Okay, so over in the radio on the MCDU, am I putting in this frequency here, the VOR, or is it in as in radio, as in actual talking frequency radio, as in Heathrow Tower, etc. Yeah, so I've already selected the ILS, so that's already in. I didn't know whether I had to put that in. I forgot those. Damn. Check is case. Okay, so we're coming into Heathrow. We've got our descent. Our descent into Heathrow. And we've come from Dublin. Hi Freddie and iCyber 60 frames per second. How you doing over on the YouTube side? How you doing? Do I get to fly to any airport on standard edition? Yes, you do. Yeah, so on the standard edition you can fly at any airport. Not a problem. See Whistle 879. Some airports are more detailed than others. So there's no, I haven't got any ATC on this evening, just didn't want to put the pressure on myself. It seems like it got quite heated, especially at Heathrow on the last few streams, and I wasn't really planning on doing a live this evening. Okay, so what time is it now? 23. Okay, so I'm just going to basically let the passengers know that we've got a general delay.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have the unfortunate duty to inform you that due to traffic, we are going to be very slightly behind schedule. We do apologize for this slight inconvenience.
So we're going to be a little bit delayed, so hopefully the passengers don't mind. Compensation, please. Stop putting the pressure on, Jerry. Have you ever flown to Lanzarote in Spain? I think I have actually, C. Whittle. Yeah, I have. Thanks for the subscription over on YouTube, I do appreciate it. Donald McGill has said, can you do a live into Innsbruck? Do you know what, that would be fantastic. I think we should go and do that, maybe an A to B flight but into Innsbruck. That'd be really cool. Oh, thank you Juka over on the YouTube for subscribing, appreciate it. Oh, that's a shame, Elizabeth. But yeah, sometimes you do need a break, don't you? You know, I know I've had the breaks on occasion. Kim, better have an ambo at landing site for Shane. I think he's going to pass that. I'll tell you one thing that we've got to do. We should be putting on the seatbelt signs, I think.
Flight attendants, please prepare for landing.
Okay, so we're on track. London's looking pretty cool. We got a base layer of cloud lot over there. quite thick, but at the same time, manageable. Yeah, I hope everything's okay with the family. It's not very nice if you have fallouts with family, etc. Are you actually in space, or is it? It's all virtual. It's all virtual over here. Shane is hiding under the seats again. So see Whittle over on Twitch has said, do you stream daily, as I need to get to know how to do full flight in this game. So I don't necessarily have a schedule with the streaming. It's as and when. So the best thing to do is, obviously, if you haven't already, then obviously follow, subscribe, and just keep a lookout. I mean, I do tend to do a few in the week, and maybe one on the weekend or something like that, but it all depends on how busy I am with work, etc. Yeah, so this is, we're over London, so we're not far from Heathrow. So if we have a look at the aircraft here on the iPad. Okay, so we're Wendover, approaching Hamel Hampstead, Kings Langley. So not quite London yet. It was great. Back in 5, okay, Real World Pilot, thanks. Okay, so are we under 10,000 yet? No, okay. Okay, one less check of fuel, so we've got 5 tons still, plenty. Oh, you'll find the same sim playing earlier, wow. What sim is it? It's Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, for those that are just joining. We're coming into Heathrow shortly, so we've actually got 27 nautical miles left, so not very long at all. We're now down to 3,000. Capture the ILS. And once we hit below 10,000 feet, the seatbelt signs will go on, landing lights will go on, and wing lights will go on. Look at that view. Hello Dion, hello Dan, how are you? I'm fine, thanks. Thanks for obviously joining over on there. It's really nice to see everybody watching this. And like I said, we're coming into Heathrow shortly.
We have begun our final descent into London Heathrow. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in a full upright condition. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat clemency.
Are on. That's the ice on. Start our approach. When we'll be arriving, next 5 minutes or so. Starting to bring in our flaps now. We're about 16 nautical miles out. Bring our gear down. We're still too high, so I think we're going to have to vector ourselves around a little bit. So we'll change our heading. So it's, basically go out as if we're ATC and vector us around, so we're far too high at the moment. That's Heathrow over there on the right, so we're far too high. We're 7,500 feet at the moment. Vector ourselves out and then back in, just while we reduce our altitude. Thanks for the follows, thanks for the shares, and thanks for the subscriptions and follows on YouTube and Twitch. C. Whittle, are you doing another flight after this? Not after this one, but I'm sure I'll be doing another flight. Maybe tomorrow or something like that. Okay, so we're at 5,800 feet at the moment. Okay, 999. So just vectoring myself back to the start of the approach. The views are fantastic as we descend into Heathrow. Absolutely amazing. Bring myself around again. then we can activate the approach. Bring ourselves to a heading of 27. And we'll activate the approach button. Okay, hopefully we're... Hopefully we'll, okay, it looks like we're coming alive now. Capturing the glide slope. So it's an Aer Lingus flight actually. Very similar on the Xbox, but not quite the level. Okay, looks like we're getting established. Okay, landing. Terrain, gear down and locked, 3 greens, nose wheel lights to take off. Exterior lights all. Auto brakes set. Sorry, that was spoilers. Auto brakes set. Medium. Flaps to land in, so full flaps are in. Land in memo, no blue. Okay, let me check this complete. You got the gear down, yeah. Yeah, the gear's down. Okay, so not great visibility today. So we got a decision height of 550 feet. Set go around to 3,000. Thank you for the reminder. Oh dear. No, not that. so we should be able to see the runway.
100 above.
Okay, runway in
500.
sight. Disconnecting autopilot.
Minimum
Welcome to Heathrow.
400. 300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
Reverse thrust. Okay, disarm the auto brakes.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to London
Landing
Heathrow.
lights
The
off.
local time is 11:39 p.m. and it's currently about 7
Sorry.
degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins as items may have shifted during the flight. If this is your final destination,
Spoilers,
we thank you for
retracted.
flying with us and we hope to see you again soon.
APU on. Okay, welcome to Heathrow, everybody. I didn't even feel that it was smooth. 10 out of 10, C. Whittle have said on Twitch. Brilliant landing, Gaming Blade, as said on YouTube. Thanks so much. Again, I don't know where our gate is. Thank you for being on board this evening. Still rounds, we flew from Dublin to Heathrow. Real pilot sim, A320 smooth as Irish butter. I don't know, I've never had Irish butter. Is it smooth? I don't... Again, I'm not too sure whether there's any gates free or not. It's quite a big airport, isn't it, Heathrow? This looks interesting. Okay, welcome to Heathrow. There's our gate. Okay. Maybe you bleed. Shut our engines down now. Parking brake on. And we'll just continue the flight. And we can call for the external power. Baggage, passengers. Etc. Okay, we'll turn the lights on. They can disembark. External power is available now. Switch the APU off. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the flight. Well, that was Dublin to Heathrow. This is FlyUK. Again, I do appreciate everybody that's joined the stream this evening. Yeah, thanks ever so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Like I say, this was streamed on TikTok, it was streamed on YouTube, and it was streamed on Twitch. So if you have any of those other platforms, then do feel free to give me a follow over on those. You can find those links via my link tree on my TikTok profile, for those that are watching over on TikTok. But of course, I'll be streaming on all three platforms, so there's no real need to go over unless you want. Obviously, to watch it on the TV or a full screen sort of thing. But thanks ever so much for watching the full flight, Dublin to Heathrow, and hopefully I'll be doing another few flights this week. And I look forward to trying out some shared cockpits or multi-crew experiences with a real Airbus pilot. And yeah, we'll see what happens after that. Thanks for the follows, thanks for the shares, thanks for the subscriptions on YouTube and Twitch. I'll leave you with these views, and bye for now.